Hi there, my name is Tammy Riley, and I'm the Executive Director of GNAT-TV, and I'm proud to say I'm sitting here with Salley Gibney to talk about the 11th Annual Worldwide I Matter, You Matter Day. So thank you for being here, Salley.
Tammy, thank you for having me. I am so excited. This is like coming home. It really is. And yes, this is the 11th Annual Worldwide I Matter, You Matter Day. And actually, Worldwide I Matter, You Matter Day started right here in Manchester, Vermont at Friendly's Restaurant 11 years ago.
Well, we're delighted to have you back, Salley. And for those of you that don't know, Salley is a veteran TV show host and producer and has done everything under the sun here at the studio over the last many years. And it's a thrill to have you back and talk about this. So let's get to it. So the Worldwide I Matter, You Matter Day is happening on March 28th.
Right.
And tell us about what it is and what you're hoping to see.
What it is, it's a day to remind ourselves and each other that we matter. Because it's so important today. You know, we get so lost up, so much is going on, and it's really important to know that we matter and to share that message with each other. And so it's been an annual day, but this year we decided it's going to be a countdown to I Matter, You Matter Day. So that what we're asking for is 1 million acts of caring around the world. And actually, I Matter, You Matter Day has gone around the world over the years. So, and people say, 1 million acts of caring, that's a lot.
That's a lot of acts of caring.
Yeah,
Salley.
but if everybody does it for 28 days, and you know what, we do more than one every day. It's just a hi, a smile, a wave, something really simple, just to acknowledge someone and remind them that they matter. And we can do this.
That's my first thought when I heard 1 million was, this is ambitious.
Oh, very.
It's ambitious, but achievable.
Yeah.
And when you break it down like that, it makes a lot of sense.
Well, you know,
everyone gets involved.
Exactly. A little wave can become a tsunami. So one little act of caring can certainly snowball and become 1 million acts of caring around the world. And the hope is that as we do it every day, we'll keep doing it. And you know, we human beings are wired for caring. Scientists have proven this. And the serotonin, or whatever that is that we have inside. You know, when you acknowledge someone and say hi, and they say hi back, it comes right back to us. So it's very simple, but it makes a difference.
It does. You know, this morning when I got coffee at the coffee shop and the barista brought me my coffee, I said, thank you very much. And I stopped and I said, have a nice day. And she stopped for a minute, and so it made me feel good. And I think that's one of your points, is that it's the giver and the receiver.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I was driving, I walk and I talk to everybody, and I was walking up the street in East Greenwich in Rhode Island, and I said good morning to this woman who was loading up her car. And I just kept walking. I said, you know, good morning, and kept walking. She pulled up next to me, stopped her car, pulled down the window, and she said, you just made my day. And so there are so many things like this that happen, and I think it's just a matter of us being human, taking a moment to reach out to each other. Because, you know, there seems to be a straight line today that's dividing us, but the good news is that a straight line can become a circle and join us together. And we're hoping that these little acts of caring are the first step in having us acknowledge the common ground that we have.
I love that so much. So it's easy to do. You can do it.
It's as simple as
you can do it.
can be.
It's easy to do. Can you tell me a little bit about how this started and the origin of your caring coins and this worldwide I Matter, You Matter Day? How did this start, and what keeps you going would be my follow-up question.
Insanity. Yeah. Actually, it all started with a little dream I had about 22 years ago. And in the dream, I was holding a wooden coin with an angel and the message, you're never alone. I woke up looking for the coin. I looked on my sheets, I looked on the pillow, I looked on the floor, and it wasn't there. And I realized I was dreaming. And I sat there and I thought about it, and I thought, what is this? You know, what is this about? And then I thought the message, you're never alone. And I realized that I was feeling alone. You know, I had a family and friends who cared about me, but I was feeling alone. And I thought, you know, everyone feels alone at one time or another. So I kind of forgot about it, but I kept coming back. You've got to do this. So I asked actually a friend, Ron Crawford, who is an actor and an artist, someone who used to be at the Dorset Playhouse a lot. And I said, would you draw an angel? It has to be free-flowing. It's not religious, it's spiritual. And he did. And then I found a man up north who could make the coins. They had to be made in Vermont, and they had to be made of wood. And this first guy, Dexter, he thought I was crazy. I said, these are going around the world. And he was like, he really thought I was crazy. But he made 100. And the first ones, my mom was in the depths of Alzheimer's, and I put one on each of the side rails of her bed. And she'd look at the coin and smile. Even though she didn't know us, the coins made her smile, so I realized there was something. So then, I found someone else who could make them, who really believed in them, and I started sharing them randomly, and then with the troops that were training in Mississippi to go to Iraq, and then Katrina happened. Well, it just snowballed. And then I started the foundation, the You Are Never Alone Foundation, and it just took off. And actually, 150,000 Kieran coins have gone around the world.
That's amazing.
I mean, I know. Yeah. Every time I go to stop, something happens.
And you're still producing the coins and giving them out.
When Bob developed ALS, I was taking care of him, so I couldn't continue with the foundation. So I dissolved the foundation, but I continue sharing these. And every time I go to stop, something.
So Salley, you were telling me a story about how your carrying coins came full circle. Can you tell the audience about that?
Oh, absolutely. This was really amazing. I was waiting to get my COVID booster, and at the CVS there was chairs waiting outside, and next to it was the card display. And there was a man and a little boy, and they were looking at cards, obviously a special card for someone, and they were having fun looking at cards and sharing and whatever. And I thought, oh, they're so neat. I would like to share them. I carry coins with me, and I said, so I went over to the man and I said, do you mind if I share something with you? And I showed him the coin. And he looked at me and he said, oh my God, he said, I have one of these. It's hanging in my office.
How cool.
I said, where did you ever get it? And he said, Green Mountain College. I said, Green Mountain College? Oh my gosh, I was there a lot. I said, as a matter of fact, the students at Green Mountain College signed cards that we brought to Bangladesh. And he was like, I signed one of those cards. It was in Bengali, wasn't it? And I said, yes. And so it was so amazing. We had so much fun just talking about Vermont and Green Mountain College. But the fact that this guy in Rhode Island had one of those coins, and that's what happens with these.
Does that take you by surprise?
Oh my gosh, it does, it does. It's such a simple little thing, and I think, it doesn't need to be a coin, it could be a stone, it could be a card, it could be anything. It's just how little acts of caring sort of go around and come around. And there was one, I was, again, coming out from getting a COVID shot, and in Providence, and there was construction, so we went in one door and came out another, and I forgot where my car was parked, which happens often. But anyway, and there was a policeman parked over across the street, and I went over and I said, officer, hi, I said, my name is Salley, what's your name? And he told me, and I said, I'm lost. I said, I don't know, I forgot where I parked my car. And he said, it's happening to everybody, don't worry about it. So I thanked him, and I said, I'd like to share this with you. And I gave him the coin. And he looked at it, and he turned it over and looked at it, and tears came into his eyes, and he said, you don't know how much I needed that message today. So it's just a simple little thing. None of us know how any little act of caring that we do impacts somebody. So that's kind of what it's about.
That's really neat and meaningful, and you don't know how meaningful it's going to be, like you're saying, and that's
exactly.
I love that
and
story.
and it's not about me. It's about the message.
Yeah.
It's the message that's really important.
Yeah. Well, tell me about the work you're doing with the schools. I know I've shared your message, this message, with my child and their friend and her friends, and you've been doing a lot of work with the schools and the kids.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what you do and how that goes and how the kids respond to it?
We talk about this, and the kids get it. The kids get it. They're really, they're, for lack of a better word, pure. They haven't been spoiled by the world yet. So they totally understand what it means. And I think it's so important because everything is going so fast, and all this technology and the phones and everything. So it's really important to just share the basics. How much a little simple act of caring, how it can do, and they really, really get it. And I think that they're our future. They really are.
Yeah.
They're, you know, and I love the kids, and I get such a kick out of them. I get such a kick out of my grandkids, you know, and they'll tell you what they're thinking. You know, they're honest, they're unspoiled, and I think that's what we have to nurture.
Yeah, and they're responding well to both the messaging and the cards and the coins.
Yeah,
and
they really are. It's just amazing what they come up with. And I mean, my grandkids will just, they'll say, you know, Alan will say to me, Grammy, how many friends are you going to make today? Or how many people are you going to talk to? And they tell Weston, don't talk to strangers unless you're with Grammy. But you know, each one of us can do this. It's just so simple and it's so important. And I believe that we have so, you know, as I said, the straight line that's there can become a circle because we have so much common ground. And that's where we meet that common ground. And our kids are the basis of that common ground.
I love that. And I think that as I see, you know, I was with you yesterday at the bookstore and I loved it. So it was so fun. And there's a gentleman sitting there and Sally went up to him and said, the store's closing, you know, you got to find a new place to go. But here's this card, you know. And I was observing the interaction, and it was just really neat how open you were with it and how open he was to talking about it and just striking up a conversation. So even striking up a conversation with a stranger is an act of kindness in a way, and I love seeing that.
Well, you know, this morning I went to, before I came here, I stopped at the bagel place, the Bagel Works, and the guys there are, I mean, I haven't been there in a long time, but they're all just so great and so wonderful. And I said, listen, I have these things. Do you think I can leave some of these cards and put the poster up? And they were like, this is so cool. I like this. This is what we believe in. This is what we're about. So they were so excited about it. So there were 3 other people there, and we handed them cards. And they all said, wow, this is really, I think people are yearning for this. You know, I think we all want to just take a deep breath and tap into that caring. You know, human beings are wired for caring. And it's just this is a simple, non-political, non-anything, just human opportunity to reach out to each other.
I love that so much. Well, Sally, I am just delighted to have you back. And Sally is still, she's, you know, been in Rhode Island for a few years, but this is always a home for her, and she's been to 2 schools in 2 days, and you're still serving our community, and I think it's so amazing.
Vermont is my home. Vermont is in my heart. It'll always be my home. I'm happy to be near my kids, which is great, and my grandchildren, which is just a gift and a joy. But I come here and I'm like, yes, I'm home. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
You all here are so great.
Let's remind everyone, so they can go to caringcoins.
thecaringcoins.com
or salleygibney.com.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. But the important thing is just reach out to each other.
Yeah.
Because each one of us do matter. And I am thrilled to be here, and I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you.
So thank you for coming, and so everyone out there, start the caring train and have it go through the 28th, and hopefully after.
Yes, and that's the thing. If we do it for 28 days, we're going to keep doing it.
Yes.
You know, and just remember, you matter. Thank you
so
Tammy.
much. Thank you.
Thank you all.